Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about 8th standard social science civics unit 1 defense and foreign policy. Defense and foreign policy. In that, some topics we have discussed in last class, that is introduction, need for defense system, Indian defense services, Indian armed forces, paramilitary defense forces, the central armed police forces. So these are the topics where we discussed in last class. Today we are going to discuss the remaining topics of this lesson, that is Central Industrial Security Force. Central Industrial Security Force, CISF. The Central Industrial Security Force was set up under an Act of the Parliament of India on 10th March 1969. The Central Industrial Security Force was set up on 10th March 1969 under an Act of the Parliament of India. Its duties are guarding sensitive governmental buildings, the Delhi Metro, and providing airport security. So these are the important duties of the Central Industrial Security Force, that is guarding sensitive governmental buildings, the Delhi Metro, and providing airport security. Next one, Shastra Seema Bal, Special Service Bureau, SSB. Shastra Seema Bal, SSB, in English, the Armed Border Force, is the border guarding force for Nepal and Bhutan border. It is an important duty to protect the border service. Next, Home Guard. Next one is Home Guard. The Indian Home Guard is a voluntary force tasked as an auxiliary to the Indian police. It is joined and worked with the Indian police system, that is Home Guard. Home Guard are recruited from various cross sections for the civil society, such as professionals, college students, agricultural and industrial workers. So these are the communities join in this Home Guard service, who give their spare time for betterment of the community. So they are working for the betterment of their community during the spare time. All citizens of India in the age group of 18 to 50 are eligible. The age group for join in this Home Guard means 18 to 50, that is a eligible age group. Normal tenure of membership in Home Guards is 3 to 5 years. That is the duration of Home Guard service system, that is 3 to 5 years. Next, the protect and guard our nation, our armed forces are always kept ready. The armed forces are always ready for keep the security of our nation. Youth should come forward to service and save the nation by joining the armed forces. Youth should ready for to service and save the nation, and recruitment to the defense service is open to all Indians. It is a duty of every citizen of India to have an opportunity to serve the country. So each and every citizen of our country, it is a golden opportunity to join the armed forces and serve for our country. Okay. Next one is Foreign Policy of India. Foreign Policy of India. It is a very, very important policy of India's development. Okay. A foreign policy is a set of political goals that define how a sovereign country will interact with other countries in the world. That is a relationship between the India and other foreign countries. It seeks to secure the best interest of the people, territory and economy of the country. It is develop the lifestyle of the people as well as the country's economic level. So that is the foreign policy is very important one. Our country's external relation is based on certain principles and policies. That foreign policy, it is based on certain principles and policies. India's foreign policy was evolved with the background of her colonial sufferings. So that was a background. Which was the background? Colonial suffering was the background of the India's foreign policy. That was a background as well as also backbone. Next one, basic principles of foreign policy of India. Basic principles of foreign policy of India. It is very important one. Why we are following the foreign policy with the foreign countries? One is preservation of national interest. First one is preservation of national interest. Second, achievement of world peace. That is very essential. It is a very basic and important motto of India's foreign policy. Achievement of world peace. Third one, disarmament. Fourth one, abolition of colonialism, racism and imperialism. So these were the important concept also very much following by India. Abolition of colonialism, racism and imperialism. Fourth one, increasing the number of friendly nations. That is a very basic motto as well as the important concept of this India's foreign policy. That means increasing the number of friendly nations, because always we are following the friendly movement with the foreign countries. Next, last one is economic development. So all the steps or each and every steps that is taken by India, that was purely develop the India's economy. Okay, so that is developing economic development. Okay, so that is a six important principles, basic principles of India's foreign policy. Okay, next we are going to discuss about Punch Seal. Okay, Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India, was the chief architect of India's foreign policy. Jawaharlal Nehru, he took a lot of steps to promote the foreign relationship that was in smooth. Nehru was a supporter of world peace. Hence, he gave utmost importance to world peace in his policy planning. He declared the 5 principles of peace known as Panchil. The Panchil, it is called 5 principles of peace. These principles included, so it has 5 important features. Which one is as important features? 5 important features means Panchil, it has 5 important features. One is mutual respect for each other's territorial integrity and sovereignty. So first one, mutual respect. We give respect to all other countries, the integrity and the sovereignty of others. Second one, mutual non-aggression. Third one, mutual non-interference in each other's internal affairs. Fourth one, equality and mutual benefits. Fifth one, peaceful coexistence. So these are the 5 important principles in the India's foreign policy. So that is called Panchil, the 5 principles of peace. The next topic is non-alignment. Next topic is non-alignment. It is also a very important concept in the India's foreign policy. Non-alignment. The word non-alignment was coined by V.K. Krishna Menon. Coined means it was made by V.K. Krishna Menon. Non-alignment has been regarded as the most important feature of India's foreign policy. Non-alignment aimed to maintain national independence in foreign affairs by not joining any military alliance formed by US and Soviet Union in the aftermath of the Second World War. That is a very important one. Non-alignment aimed to maintain national independence in foreign affairs by not joining any military alliance formed by USA or Soviet Union in the aftermath of Second World War. Non-alignment was neither, that is very important, non-alignment was neither neutrality. Neutral means it is neutral in all activities, nor non-involvement, nor isolation. Okay. It was a dynamic concept, which means not committing to any military bloc but taking an independent stand on international issues. Okay, that is very important in the non-alignment movement. Next, the founding fathers of non-alignment movement. So these are the persons or took very much efforts to founding the non-alignment movement. One is Jawaharlal Nehru of India, second Tito of Yugoslavia, third Nasser of Egypt, fourth one Sukarno of Indonesia, fifth one Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana. So these are the 5 important leaders or fathers found the non-alignment movement in the world. Okay students, next topic is India's relation with neighboring countries. India's relation with neighboring countries. India wants to follow the peaceful movement or friendly movement with the foreign countries. It is a very important concept of India's foreign policy. Okay, India's relation with neighboring countries. India's position is unique, that was totally different in its neighborhood. India has always favored international and regional cooperation because she believes that through cooperation all disputes and problems among nations can be sorted out peacefully. So first one is cooperation, second friendly nature, third one peacefulness. So these are the things very much help to build a good relationship with the foreign countries. India's foreign policy is based on the principle of developing friendly relations and cooperation with her neighbors. That is a very important thing. We are following the foreign policy. What is that? First one is principle of developing friendly relations and cooperation with peaceful means with her neighbors. So that is very important one. Next one, neighborhood first policy. Neighborhood first policy. It is part of India's foreign policy that actively focused on improving ties with India's immediate neighbors. India provides neighbors with support as needed in the form of resources, equipment and training. India gives more support to the foreign countries or the neighboring countries in the field of resources, equipment and training. Greater connectivity and integration is provided so as to improve the free flow of goods. Improve the free flow, that is no restrictions and no obstacles in the field of trade. Free flow of goods, people, energy, capital and informations. There is no any discriminations, there is no any differences, there is no any obstacles, there is no any disturbances in the field of trade. Okay, next, Act East Policy. Act East Policy. Southeast Asia begins with Northeast India. Southeast Asia begins with Northeast India. Myanmar is our land bridge to the countries of Association of the Southeast Asian Nations. So Myanmar is the land bridge to the countries of Association of the Southeast Asian Nations. The purpose is to ensure a stable and multipolar balance of power in the Indo-Pacific and became an integral part of Asia. So that is a very, very important policy with the eastern countries. Next, India is actively engaged in general economic diplomacy with its neighboring countries as below. India is actively engaged in general economic diplomacy with its neighboring countries as below. Because the economic condition is very, very important to each and every country. That is why India wants to develop on the basis of economic as well as its neighboring countries also. Okay. Okay, students. Next topic is SAARC, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. SAARC. India believes in regional cooperation to foster the bonds of brotherhood, cooperation and peaceful coexistence. So that is SAARC, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation, was established. So that is the main motive of the establishment of SAARC. What is that? Regional cooperation, foster the bonds of brotherhood, cooperation and peaceful coexistence. Next, the member countries of SAARC is India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Maldives and Afghanistan are the 8 members of the SAARC. Next, BCIM. BCIM. This Bangladesh, China, India and Myanmar economic corridor envisages the formation of a thriving economic belt focusing on cross-border transport, energy and telecommunication network. So crossing the border and improve the transport, energy and telecommunication networks in the various countries. Next, BIMSTEC. BIMSTEC. It refers Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation. That is a very, very important one. That is multi-sectoral technique and economic cooperation. Its main objectives are to strengthen and improve the technological economic cooperation, international trade, and foreign direct investment cooperation. So that is a very, very important one. That is, they wants to strengthen the main objective of BIMSTEC. That is, strengthen and improve the technological economic cooperation, international trade, and foreign direct investment cooperation. That is very, very must. The member countries are Bangladesh, India, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Bhutan, and Nepal. So these are the important member countries of BIMSTEC. Next, BBIN. Next one is BBIN. Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal has signed a framework to enable movement of passengers, cargo vehicles, and for energy development. So these are the important concept that was developed by these countries. Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, and Nepal has signed a framework to enable movement of passengers, cargo vehicles, and for energy development. To summarize, India is a huge country. It is a big country with manifold culture. It is a different types of culture. It has high status in the Southeast Asia. India's foreign policy is to maintain peace, freedom, and mutual cooperation among the nations. Though India is not in any major military alliance, our relations with the major powers have acquired a strategic depth. We are following or we are practicing friendly relationship with each and every countries of the world. So that is a very good strength of India's economic development. Okay, thank you students. So the lesson for civics first lesson is over. In next class we will discuss about the another lesson. Okay, thank you.